In question 3, it says give the complete expansion of x plus 2 upon x to the power 5. Now the expansion formula for a plus b to the power n is a to the power n plus nc1, a to the power n minus 1, b to the power 1 plus nc2, a to the power n minus 2, b to the power 2 plus nc3, a to the power n minus 3, b to the power 3, and so on. So now as we have to expand it completely, so we'll start with x a to the power 5. So this is x plus 2 upon x to the power 5. So this will become x to the power 5, which is a, plus 5c1. A is x, so this will become x to the power 5 minus 1. B is 2 upon x, so this will be 2 upon x to the power 1 plus 5c2, x to the power 5 minus 2. B is 2 upon x to the power 2 plus 5c3, x to the power 5 minus 3 and 2 upon x to the power 3 plus 5c4, x to the power 5 minus 4, 2 upon x to the power 4 plus 5c5, x to the power 5 minus 5 and 2 upon x to the power 5. Now substituting the values in the calculator, so x power 5 will be x power 5. So 5c1 is 5, so that will become 5 into x to the power 4 into 2 upon x plus 5c2. If we substitute this in the calculator, that is equals to 10. So this will become 10 x cube into 2 upon x whole square. So that will become 4 upon x squared plus 5c3. If we substitute that in the calculator, that is equals to 10. So that will become 10 into x squared, 5 minus 3 squared. 2 cube is 8, so that will become 8 upon x cube plus 5c4. So 5c4 in the calculator it is 5. So this will become 5x. 2 to the power 4 is 16 upon x to the power 4. And then 5c5 is 1. So, and x power 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 to the power 5 is 32. So that will become plus 32 upon x to the power 5. Simplifying this, the final answer will be x to the power 5 plus 5 times 2 is 10. X power 1 and x power 4 will cancel. So that will become 10x cube plus 10 times 4 is 40. And x cube and x square will cancel. So that will become 40x plus 10 times 8 will be 80. And x square and x cube will cancel out. So that will become 80 upon x. 5 times 16 is also 80. So that will become plus 80. And if we cancel the x power, so that will be x power 3 in the denominator. And then the final will be 32 upon x to the power 5. We can bring these in the numerator and write it as x power minus 1, x power minus 3, and x power minus 5. Both will be marked correct. In part B, it says in the expansion of a plus bx squared into x plus 2 upon x to the power 5, the coefficient of x is 0 and the coefficient of 1 upon x is 80. We have to find the values of the constants a and b. Now, when we are multiplying a plus bx squared with x plus 2 upon x to the power 5, for the coefficient of x to be 0, so we need to multiply this x squared over here with a term over here, which is 1 upon x squared, so the x squared can cancel out. Or for the coefficient of x, it means that if this is x, we need to multiply it by a term which is 1 upon x. And for the coefficient of 1 upon x, it means that x squared can multiply by a term which is 1 upon x cube, and this a can multiply a term which is 1 upon x. So as we already have an expansion of x plus 2 upon x in the previous part, so we can write it as a plus bx squared. And the expansion that we got for x plus 2 upon x to the power 5 was x power 5 plus 10x cube plus 40x plus 80, and we can write it as 80 upon x plus 80 upon x cube plus 32 upon x to the power 5. Now, to get terms in x to the power 1, the coefficient of x, so for coefficient of x, we can multiply this x squared term with 80. So that will become bx squared multiplied by 80 upon x. So bx squared multiplied by 80 upon x will give us a term in x. and a multiplied by, so there's no other term that will give us a term in x. So just for confirmation, so a multiplied by, there's no term, so a can multiply by 40 up here, so that will become a 40ax. So that will be 40x multiplied by, so that will be 40ax, and the coefficient of x is 0, so we can write it as 0x. So this will cancel out, taking x common, so that will become 80b plus 40a will be equals to 0x, x and x will cancel out, so we'll get an equation which is 80b plus 40a equals to 0. Or we can write it as 80b is equals to 40a or minus 40a, and we can divide 40 on the other side, so that will become a will be equals to, so a will be equals to 80 upon minus 40, which is minus 2b. And the coefficient of 1 upon x is 80, so for a coefficient of 1 upon x, we'll have to multiply a by 80, so that will become 80a upon x, and multiplying bx squared by 80x cubed, so that will become plus bx squared into 80 upon x cubed, so that will give us a term in 1 upon x. So that will become 80a plus 80b, and the coefficient is 1 upon x, and that is equals to 80. So another equation that we have is 80a plus 80b, which is equals to 80, or we can write it as a plus b if we divide the whole equation by 80, so that will be a plus b equals to 1. Now, as a is equals to minus 2b, we can write minus 2b in place of a. So minus 2b plus b equals to 1, minus 2b plus b, so that will be minus b equals to 1, and b will be equals to minus 1. So once we have the value of b as minus 1, we can substitute it over here, and a will be equals to minus 2 into minus 1. So minus 2 into minus 1 is a positive 2. So the value of a will be equals to positive 2.